There's the car of Juan Carlos Canas, JC3. They're going to go on the turn here very shortly, and they're off. And JC3 gets off to a stellar start. Right behind him, the young driver of David Todd, and behind him, Yao Figueredo in that yellow and orange Techno. As we see JC3 in that S-Works car with the J Concepts tires, rocking that Lexan wing, pulling a slight gap as he goes up and over the Dragon's back very smoothly. David Todd has a rear view mirror full of Joao Figueredo, and behind him, Ricardo Montero. We're not seeing these racers take the chances that they did. And we have an accident in the back. A kerfuffle. Looks like Musso getting the worst of that. But this is all boding well. And Joao tries to jump to the inside of David Todd, and that's going to allow JC3 to pull that gap even more, as it looks like Joao got in a little bit of a kerfuffle with David Todd. All boding well for your current Nitro Buggy European champion JC3, who threw down a 33.3 on that first lap. He was the only driver getting into the low 32s yesterday. The track is a little bit different, a little bit more grip, but still slippery as he comes through this quad up and over, and he has got a great lead over David Todd. Just clips that pipe, goes into a four-wheel drive drift. We did see him doing double single yesterday, drifting completely around that 180, and that was a 34.7, slightly slower lap time for Canas just now. So looks like Todd, the battle is right behind him for Todd, between Todd, Yao, and Ricardo Montero. Let's try and get that if we can, because we have a good battle going on for second right now. As we'll find it here in a second for you guys. And there we go. There's Joao Figueredo, who looks like he might have got in front of David Todd. Nope, is that David Todd? We'll see when they come across the line. I think Todd might have had an accident. And now he has his countrymen. So it's Joao Figueredo, Montero, and Harold Sandaroff, the young man from Israel, up to fourth, and he is flying. David Todd must have had an accident. Him and Musso are battling it out. Let's stay on this battle between Montero and the X-Ray car, that orange and blue car, white wheels. And there we see Joao in front of him, just making that move of the Techno, sliding around the corner. There's Harold ready to capitalize on any mistake. That yellow-winged Mugen. Joao keeping it tight around the pipe, not worried about trying to catch JC3. JC3 letting these guys battle it out. And there we see, and Montero is right there. I had a talk with Montero. And looks like we have one car having a DNF, unfortunately. Montero trying to chase down his good countryman of Joao Figueredo. Joao trying to hold him off. And right behind them is Harold in that red and blue with the yellow wing. David Todd. Joao gets it wrong, and that's going to allow Sandaroff and Ricardo by. So Ricardo in that orange and blue car. Now Sandaroff currently in third. Joao with 7 minutes left to go. He's going to try and catch him up. Ricardo looking very dialed. Got a good night save. And Joao just making a mistake over that double, going just over jumping. Boding well for young Sandaroff and Ricardo Montero, a veteran of the Portuguese and Spanish racing scene. He did attend the Euros here back in 2010. So Joao Figueredo got a lot of work to make up if he wants to catch up his fellow countryman and the young man from Israel. And JC3 has just kind of walked away with this. He's making it a boring race. So we're going to follow second, because that's where the race is. There you see JC3 just going through there. He's on a Sunday morning drive. Montero putting a little bit of a gap on young Sandaroff. And there we see Joao trying to get back into shape. He has 6 minutes and 25 seconds left to go in this race. Let's see what it was just now when they came by. It's 1, 2, and 3. Figueredo with a 35.8. Sandaroff with a 35.6. So lap times have dropped considerably from yesterday, where we saw low 33s and even some 32-second laps from JC3. Montero looking very comfortable out there. Sandaroff having a slight bobble that's allowing Joao in front of him. Joao trying to get in front of him, or Litos we'll call him. Litos trying to get in front of him, but Litos looks like he made a mistake just now too. And Sandaroff right there. Now we have a battle for third, because we see Musso and David Todd are now chasing down Litos Figueredo in that Techno car. JC3 out there on a Sunday morning drive, not worried about anything. So maybe we pick up that battle for third, because that looks to be the closest battle on the track. And Figueredo is trying to catch them up. Montero, there's Sandaroff. Let's see, I believe Sandaroff's in third. There's Figueredo, and right behind him, Thomas Musso, or maybe the car of David Todd. I'll know when touring comes by. Sandaroff feeling the pressure of some of the best drivers in Europe. Jal, one of the best drivers in the world, trying to get by young Sandarov. And Sandarov just driving very calm. He'll be very happy with a third place finish if he can finish like this. Musso now is right behind Litos. Sandarov not bowing to the pressure. Litos trying to get in front of him. As you can see, he's pushing that Techno to the extreme limits of grip. And there he goes, jumping into the face of that jump. Sandarov just closing the door on Litos as he goes around. Ooh, Litos has a look. Can he make it stick? He's going to go on the inside. And no, a great move by Sandarov, driving very smoothly and holding his line. And this bodes well. Montero is pulling over. And a muscle move by Figueiredo, but Sandarov gets it back. But eventually Figueiredo gets by. Sandarov now going to chase him down. He has become the hunter. He was the huntee. Can he get back? 4 minutes and 18 seconds. Or will we see Figueiredo get up and catch his countryman Montero? So let's see Figueiredo now still, but he has a rear view mirror full of the young Israeli Sandarov. And now in the mix is the man from Monaco, the Monegasque, Thomas Musso. Montero is loving this right now. He is in second. Ooh, we see Figueiredo just casing that jump. He is definitely, his car is lacking some traction. He's not able to get that forward bite to get up over these jumps like he wants to. Sandarov's car is looking pretty good. Musso, who did a lot of testing yesterday in that Corrali, he's looking to get on the inside and challenge Figueiredo. And Montero out there driving very smoothly, but the man on the mission right now is JC3. He threw down a 34.2. That's his fastest lap of the race. Sandarov now embroiled in a battle with Musso as Figueiredo sets his sights on Montero as he finds his grip, finds his groove as the track is starting to dry out ever so slightly. He's not too far off Montero, to be honest. So maybe he can catch them up and give us a race. We'll stay on Figueiredo for a little while because he is on the move. Last time by, Figueiredo threw down a 35.8. He's going to have to find some pace because Montero threw down a 35.2. So let's see. Montero comes by. It's going to be 34.8 for Montero. What is Figueiredo? This is going to be a much better lap for Figueiredo, I think. And it's a 34.9, still 1/10 off of Montero. So Montero, who didn't have the best qualifying session, was very worried about one section of the track, which I said we're going to call it your pipe, and it is. He hasn't touched it at all. Right now, we're going to follow our current Nitro Buggy European champion. He also won Ebuggy recently here at the DNC, recently moving to J Concepts. Said he's loving the change, and his tires work exceptionally well over in America. Running that Lexan wing and that S-Works car. The S-Works crew have found something here. Stacking up some victories with Brandon Rose and Elliott Boots here this year. And Canas trying to give them a World Cup win. But Montero still out front, threw down a 35 flat. Figueiredo with a 34.6, so Figueiredo on the gas. Maybe we can find that battle with 1 minute and 56 seconds left to go. Can Joao catch up to Figueiredo? I don't know. Figueiredo is quite far behind Montero as we watch Montero in that X-ray car, blue, white, and orange, here with his mother and father. We've all been having a good time here while staying in a big Airbnb not too far from here. And Montero driving a very smart race, got into second, realized he could not. Well, maybe not. I mean, he's not too far off Figueiredo now, it looks like. If that was Figueiredo in my... Nope, that's Todd, sorry. I am confused. David Todd making that mistake, was in the hunt early on in this race, but had to... looks like he made a mistake off camera and never was able to get back. Montero driving very smooth. Figueiredo pushing the issue, trying to catch him up. Let's see what Figueiredo... That's a 35 flat for Montero. And Figueiredo another 34.8. So Musso with a 34.8 as well. So as this track dries out, these drivers are throwing down some faster lap times. But don't worry, they have 2 more races to go. Figueiredo, though, cannot make any mistakes because Musso isn't too far behind them. Your running order, JC3, Ricardo Montero, Joao Figueiredo, Thomas Musso, and Harold Sandaroff, your top 5. Ooh, that's a very good move by Traffic getting out of the way, realizing he was lap traffic and letting the faster races by. 34 seconds left to go. I think we'll get 1 more lap. But JC3 on tap to get the first win and start his World Cup campaign out with a victory here in A1. And there is JC3 coming around. He'll get 1 more lap. Let's follow JC3. This might be his victory lap, because the other guys are slow. Yep, there we go. I don't know if Montero will come across again. But this man right here, JC3, who's been on a tear, European champion, had a very good first half of 2023. Did struggle a little bit. I wouldn't say struggle, but did have some epic races between him and Ongaro at the end of 2023. Uh-oh, looks like Musso pulling off early. Oh, no, he's done. All right. So it's going to be JC3 taking the win with a 18, 10, 19. Ricardo Montero, João Figueiredo, Thomas Musso, David Todd, and young Harold, who lost it near the end of the track, end of the race, and he will finish in 6th, followed by Christian Villar, Carlos Fonseca, and Rui Brites. Well done, JC3. Starting out that campaign very well. 17,945, looks like he didn't finish, but he will take the win. And they will go on the turn. Let's get ready to boogity, boogity, boogity as they are off. And JC3 gets off to another solid start. In tow is his fellow Spaniard, David Todd. And right behind him is Litos Figueiredo. He is, look, Litos is aggressive move, gets by David Todd, and now sets his sights on JC3. Litos says, I need to, oh, and Litos gets it wrong, but he gets back. That little mistake is going to give some breathing room to JC3. He wants to make this go to a A3. Can we see the 10-time Portuguese national in that yellow and orange black wing techno make a challenge to the red and blue S-Works of JC3? It's JC3, Litos, David Todd, Thomas Musso, Ricardo Montero, your top 5. And it is close behind. Let's stay. Oh, Montero shutting down. He is out of the race. So it looks like it's going to be a DNF for Montero. And that's going to let David Todd. Now, David Todd taking an aggressive move through the Dragon's back, trying to get that move on JC3. Let's drop back and get to that 2nd place and 3rd place battle because JC3 is just pulling away ever so slightly. Let's drop back when they come across the line if we can. And let's catch up to that 2nd and 3rd place battle because that's where it's at. Oh, no, it looks like Litos made another mistake. It's going to be David Todd out to the front and Litos. Oh, no, Litos crashing out somewhere. So it's David Todd and Musso. Harold Sandaroff right there. So it's JC3, David Todd, Thomas Musso, Harold Sandaroff, and João in 5th. So not sure what happened to João. It happened off camera. He might be off the track, to be honest, or maybe he missed a lap. We'll see. But David Todd in that Mugen, who was very fast. Thomas Musso in that prototype Corrali as Todd comes by. That was a 34.9. JC3 looking to check out and become your first ever Ebuggy World Cup champion. But he is not that far ahead. David Todd, who was looking very fast yesterday, is setting his sights on the multi-time Spanish champion and multi-time European champion. That is JC3. Thomas Musso right behind him in that blue and pink car, looking to have something to say about that. Todd looking very solid out in that Mugen MBX 8. And Musso getting it wrong, getting it up on the pipe, and that is going to give some breathing room to this youngster, 15 years old, David Todd, making the trip here from Spain to race in the Ebuggy World Cup. Can he set his sights on JC3 and chase him down? Figueiredo is out of this race, unfortunately. Not sure what happened to him. I will find out when I take a walk down into the pits later on. So Figueiredo not able to get up here and challenge JC3. Can David Todd do it? Oh no, and David Todd gets it wrong on that clip, on that pipe, and there's no turn marshal there. So unfortunate for him, that's going to allow Thomas Musso by. So can Musso, oh, and Sandaroff is right there as well. So it's going to be JC3, David Todd, Thomas Musso, Harold Sandaroff, Christian Villar in 5th, Carlos Fonseca, Ricardo Montero back on track. João Figueiredo is out. We are currently following the man from Monaco. That is Thomas Musso, yellow wheels, black wing, pink and blue and pink paint job. Right behind him is Sandaroff, and chasing down Sandaroff is David Todd. David Todd who made, oh, and Todd goes for the inside. Aggressive move, 2 Mugens clashing together in that 180. Great move. Can Sandaroff hold on and tow? David Todd looking to get a 2nd. He was very fast in that first A1, but had something go wrong with his car. Sets his sight on Musso. Let's follow David Todd, that white-wheeled, clear-winged Mugen. Right in front of him is Thomas Musso. Any mistake by Musso, and we will see David Todd capitalize on that. And there is Musso. There is Montero, but he is actually scored down in 7th. As we get back on track, there's Musso coming by. There's David Todd coming through those quads as they go onto this front straightaway. Let's see David Todd, will he send it? Nope, he goes to the safe round. Let's get to that second battle. Sandarov is now currently in fourth. Let's move up a little bit further and find that battle for second. There it is. David Todd with 5 minutes and 45 seconds left to go. He has made some, ooh, and they are very close on the track. Oh, Musso getting up on two wheels around that 180, and that is going to allow the young, oh, David Todd making an aggressive, very good move through the Dragon's back on the inside, making it stick through this quad section. He goes up and over. Very good move by David Todd. Had he not made that mistake early and have that long-term mastery, we might have seen him challenging JC3. Right now, JC3 is walking away with it. And David Todd pulling away from Musso. Musso testing out that prototype Corrali based off a ready-to-run car. And we see Todd in that Mugen. But right now, JC3 is just out in front. He's not looking back. The battle is right here between second, third, and fourth between David Todd, Thomas Musso, and the young Harold Sandarov. So we have two youngsters, two 15-year-olds versus Musso, who's in his 20s. And there is JC3 navigating his way through some traffic. Very good. No harm, no foul. Traffic on this nice track. As the track is starting to groove in a little bit, you can see a line forming. We did get a lot of water last night. And now it's all been swept off. Over that double go. Will we see JC3? Nope, he still goes to safe round. In qualifying yesterday, he was double single. That JC3 of a 34.1. He has a fast lap of a 33.7. He's currently on an 18 lap, 10:13 pace. David Todd is about 15 seconds back. So after that big mistake by Todd that cost him quite a lot, but he's still battling with Thomas Musso. Let's find that battle for second and third between Thomas Musso in the Corrali and David Todd, who's currently in second. So the battle will be for second after this because JC3 will wrap it all up in these two mains. And there we see young David Todd, who has stretched out a slight gap on the Monacan ace. That is Thomas Musso. And Todd looking very solid. He was very fast yesterday. I think a surprise to the local Portuguese guys. João Figueiredo, one of the fastest drivers in Europe, but was struggling a little bit trying to get some forward bite out of his Techno car. And there we see that Mugen MBX8 looking absolutely planted. And that Corrali is actually a pillow bowl car. So pillow bowls 1, 2, and 3, and 4 at the moment, and 5, because now we see Ricardo Montero in that X-ray, now getting up into that 5th spot. Figueiredo going to have a DNF here. Uh-oh, and David Todd just clips that pipe. We're calling it Montero's corner because he's clipped it plenty of times. And that is going to be a 35-1 for David. Musso a 34-8. So Musso on the gas, trying to catch up to the young man from Spain via Ireland. He's actually from Ireland but lives in Spain. And it's JC3, David Todd, Thomas Musso, Harold Sandarov, and we are on board with the Corrali driver. Very good driver. Used to drive for HB, RCGP, RC2 champion. Does a lot of his racing in France. Obviously, he is French. He's also, I believe, he lives in Monaco. But he is not too far behind that Mugen of David Todd. But he's going to have to get on it if he wants to do it. That was a 34.6 to a 34.8 just now. So let's see if Musso can catch up to Todd and make it a race. Todd navigating his way through some back traffic. And that bodes well for Musso. But he has to go through the same traffic to try and catch him up. And right now we can see just out of sight David Todd trying to get around the orange car of Fonseca. And he gets by. So if Musso can get by this lap traffic, well done. He gets by Christian Villar. Sets his sight on Fonseca. Fonseca just coming onto the straightaway. That was a 34.8 for Musso and a 34.6 that time by for David Todd. So it's JC3, David Todd, Thomas Musso, Harold Sandarov, and Ricardo Montero in 5th. As we are going to pick up with 90 seconds left to go, let's pick up on, I guess we're going to find JC3 and see how he does. There's Montero, who after having a shutdown early in the race, gets back on track. And there is David Todd, actually, that white, red, and blue car. He has pulled off a gap. That's a 34.5 that time by Musso, a 33.6. So Musso about a 10th and a half off of the pace of David. But not too far on the track as they come through that S section chicane, but not much time with less than a minute left to go. And now we're going to follow our champion. When this is over, if it stays like this, he will be your 2000 inaugural 2024 Ebuggy World Cup champion, coming off an impressive win at PMB here a few weeks ago, beating some of the best in the world at the DNC in Paris, one of the most prestigious races in RC. This man looking to become your World Cup winner. It will not be a world champion, he'll be a World Cup winner, but hey, no harm. And he does the double single, put it on the show, knowing he doesn't have much time. He doesn't have much time to take the victory. He will be able to chill out, maybe go over and celebrate his victory over there in the club, the adjoining club, with a few frosty beverages. JC3, after this final, and barring that he passes tech after this, will be your first ever Ebuggy World Cup champion. European champion, World Cup champion, DNC Ebuggy champion. This man is racking up championships, and he's still only 22. One of the best racers in the world, and a nice double single. And well done to JC3, your unofficial World Cup champion. There we see the young man from Spain. He'll be happy about that, as he shows very little emotion. Lito's not too happy about having that mistake or that DNF. So it's going to be JC3, David Todd, Thomas Musso, Harold Sandoff, Ricardo Montero, Christian Villar, Carlos Fonseca, and a DNF from Ruri Brites and Joao Figueiredo. Using this time to test, let's get ready to rumble. JC3 has won it already. The race is for second. And they are off. JC3 getting off to another solid start. David Todd right behind him. There is Litos Figueiredo, followed by Montero, Musso, and Sandarov. So JC3 got a lot of company right behind him, as the young Todd, the fellow racer from Spain, not wanting to let him go. Maybe JC3 testing out some things, so he was already... Whoa! Figueiredo taking a big jump. He wants to take one victory. I think this is what we've been waiting for all day, a battle between these two top drivers. Oh no, that's actually David Todd and Figueiredo. So JC3 letting these guys race ahead. He's just going to hang back in second and do some testing. Going to let these guys put on a show. David Todd, the young driver from Spain, versus the 10-time national champion here in Portugal, Litos Figueiredo. Litos in that orange car, black wing, and you see Todd right there in that white-wheeled blue and red car. That is a Mugen. That's Techno versus Mugen versus S-Works versus X-Ray. It's Todd, Figueiredo, JC3, Montero, Musso, and Sandarov. Todd coming by. That's going to be a 34.6 or 35.2 for him. They are separated by tenths of a second, but a lot closer in track as they go up on the Todd clips that pipe, but no harm, no foul. Lito's not able to capitalize on that, as you can see the groove forming in this track. And there is Todd going back over the Dragon's Back. Double, triple is the order for the day. Kanash just waiting behind to see if there's any mistakes. Figueiredo having a hard time there. Second time we've seen him get up on that pipe, as Litos wants to take a win here on his home turf of Portugal. As we follow these cars going up over the jump, there's JC3 doing the double single. And it looks like Litos got in front of him on that 180, and Litos is going to look to pull away from him. The Techno driver from Portugal is about to have a rear view mirror. He is now the hunted, not the hunter anymore, as he makes his way through this S section through the 180s and around the back section to go to the Dragon's Back. He needs to be perfect through here because David Todd is on him. And they make it smoothly, transitioning through there through the quads, double, into the face of that jump by Figueiredo as he goes over the next double. Will he double single here? Does he have the forward bite to do it? Nope. Single double on tap, as we see JC3 going double single, and David Todd a 34.4, 34.2 for Figueiredo, and Todd is right behind him. He had a look, but he couldn't make it stick. Then he makes it, ooh, and it was so close. But Lito shuts the door down on the young man from Spain. He is not going on without a fight. These two are putting on an epic battle for us. We saw them battle it out a little bit earlier for second place. JC3 just hanging behind, waiting for to capitalize on any mistakes they might make. And there we see Joao Figueiredo just jumping right back into the face of that jump. Let's see. It seems like Joao is just a little bit faster than David Todd right here as they come barreling down the straightaway. Figueiredo going into a drift. Can Todd make it again? He had a look on the inside. He's going on the inside. Lito slams the door on him once again. And Litos clips that pipe, gets a little bit fishtail there, but no harm, no foul. We have a three-way train, first, second, and third, right behind each other. JC3 just checking up a little bit. Figueiredo is on it, gets up on the pipe again. It'll cost him a little bit of a time. Todd trying to capitalize on that as they come back around. This is the fast section for Figueiredo. Single, double. Is Todd going to go for it as he flies, as they come down to the straightaway across the loop they go? That was a 34-6 for Figueiredo that time. This is where we're seeing Todd make inroads on him, but now, no, he's not able to. But in front of Figueiredo is traffic. Good job by our race director for calling traffic for him, as these two are going to race it out to take. I'm not sure what there will be overall. We'll see once it's done. Figueiredo, triple, double, triple. Looking a lot more calm coming through there. Can David Todd make inroads? 6 minutes and 7 seconds left to go in this race. It's Figueiredo, Carrasco, Figueiredo, Todd, Carrasco, Montero, and Thomas Musso. So, but this is the race for first. These guys want to battle out to the very end. Oh! And there we see David just having a look on the inside, getting it a little bit wide. They're getting out in the fluff, going to lose some time, but he makes it back up as they go back over the Dragon's Back. There you see Litos, the orange, yellow, and white car, Black Wing, just holding off his young, competitive driver driving the Mugen. So we have a C-Hub car in Techno, followed by two Pillar Ball cars chasing down that Learn Techno. Oh, and it looks like David Todd has a look. He looks on the inside, but Litos once again slams the door as they go into a four-wheel drift around that 180. These guys putting on a show for all of you at home. I hope you guys are enjoying what they're doing. Ebuggy pays the bills, Nitro is the glory, but right now it's all about Ebuggy as Joao pulls out a little bit of a gap between him and David Todd. Joao just casing that jump, and that's going to allow David Todd to just catch right back up to him, and he's going to have a rear view mirror full of David Todd is JC3. And we see Joao coming single, double, not taking any chances, not going for the double single like JC3. Joao, a slight gap on the straightaway as that car motors on the straightaway, goes into a four-wheel drift, and there we see Joao with a slight gap. But we have some traffic in front of them. Hopefully they'll get out of the way and let these three race. JC3 just hanging behind, watching the racing from behind, trying not to mess these guys up. Uh-oh! Oh no! Yo, I don't know if he looks like he had a little brownout or something just now, but he just went very wide and he had to force that car back into line. So now David Todd is out front as he makes it through there. Let's see what it's going to be. David Todd, and they are back together once again as they come down the straightaway. Not sure what happened to Joao Figueiredo's car just now, but something, maybe a little brownout as they make their way through some traffic. Litos got to do it all over again with 4 minutes to go and a fast, hard-charging JC3 behind him. David Todd now becomes the hunted as Litos sets his sights on him. Litos, let's see, making it smooth around there. You see, he had no problems just now keeping it in the line. He's challenging the young man from Spain driving the Mugen, that car number 2. And they go through that jump. Oh, Litos has a look on the inside, unable to make that pass. Let's see if he can catch up. This is where David Todd has been very fast, but those two cars right in front of them, it might cause some problems, some back lap traffic. Very good by that white car pulling out of the way, letting our leaders race by. There's 1, 2, and 3. We have the Techno of Litos Figueiredo from Portugal, the young man from Spain, David Todd in first, Litos in second, and JC3 already wrapped this up with 2 A2 finals just hanging back and trying to capitalize on any mistakes. And it's getting close as they come along straight away. And Litos flying. I don't know if he did the double single. I couldn't see it. Was off camera, but I think he did. Now taking the risks that he needs to do. Litos pushing even harder with that yellow, white, and orange Techno Black Wing right behind David Todd. They were separated by mere tenths of a second, and it's a lot closer on the track as they go up. Oh, we see David just getting those wheels up on the pipe. No harm, no foul. He's able to keep that car under control. Litos very fast here. Can he make a pass as he throws that car almost into the face of the jump? Will Litos go double single here? Nope, he does not have the pace to do that. He takes the smart move, drifts around the corner, tries to have a look on the inside, and they go flying down the straightaway. That was a 34 flat versus a 34-4 versus a 34 flat. Fast lap for Litos in second. He is hounding down the young man from Spain, making him make a mistake, but David Todd not falling under pressure so far. 2 minutes and 17 seconds left to go as they go back over that Dragon's Back around this 180. Litos having a look, gonna send it into the face of, oh, and Litos has a crash, and that's gonna be it. And JC3 rightfully lets him by. He knows he wants to let these guys race it out, does not want to get in the way. He's already won this. David Todd got a little bit of breathing room with 1 minute and 55 seconds left to go in this race as he doubles that jump. And through the straightaway, through that little off-cambered section he goes, and through the S sections. Litos has a lot of work to do with very little time. We're almost down to 90 seconds left in this final. Can the Portuguese national champion make some inroads on his new ride, that Techno car, and he jumps? That was a clean line from Litos. Can he catch up the young driver from Spain who's fully focused? He wasn't smiling. He wasn't smiling at all yesterday. It was all business for the young man, David Todd, in that Mugen car. Over that double, he goes around the 180, and through this little section, he goes Litos trying to get the power to the ground on those Temecula tires by Hot Race with that Techno ride. Chasing down this young driver. Does he have enough time? With 1 minute and 5 seconds left to go, we shall see. This man has been unflappable so far in this race. It's been an impressive weekend for the young man from Spain. His father will be happy if it finishes like this. He's had a good run. But can Litos push the issue? And I think he is. He is trying. He made a little bit of inroads. He has 2 laps left to go. Can we see the Techno trump the Mugen? Portugal versus Spain right now. Can he get a win for his home country here in Guarda, Portugal? Litos been racing quite a lot. He was over at DNC. Now he has to chase down this young driver, and he is flying. Litos is on it. He is over jumping. He is trying to get and catch up to young Todd. There we see they're getting closer and closer. 1 more lap to go when they go by. Will Litos go double, single? No, he goes. I can't tell because we go off the camera. 1 lap left to go. Can the young driver from Spain hold off one of the fastest racers in Europe, in the world? That is Joao Figueiredo. Figueiredo on it right now. JC3 just kind of pulled off and let these guys run. It's going to come down to the wire. Oh no, Litos getting it up on the pipe. That's going to cost him some tenths of a second. But he is right there. He's going to send it. I think Litos is going to send it. No responsibility. And they are neck and neck as they come around. Can Litos get it? I see him setting up for the inside. He's going double. And he almost gets it up there. Is he going to get it on the inside? Oh no! Well done. Well done. That was awesome. That was a great race. I saw what Litos was trying to do. And what an exceptional race at the end. Oh man, that was awesome. Good job, David Todd, taking the win. I'm not quite sure where that puts him overall, but that was an unflappable race by the young man.